The impacts of climate change in the Upper Peninsula fall into three buckets. There's the wetter wets, drier dries, and more extreme weather events like straight line winds and tornadoes. And the wetter wets means that we are going to get more rain and more intense rainstorms with higher amounts of rainfall at once and snowfall as well. There's drier dries where when it doesn't rain, those are going to be longer periods, which could make wildfires worse, especially in the fall, and could also change people's well levels. If you are using a well to get water, that may make it harder for your well to operate properly.
Studies show the UP has been experiencing lakeshore erosion, declining inland lake levels, and the depletion of aquifers, along with the disruption of municipal services. Extreme weather conditions that we have witnessed even this week have cost local units of government millions of dollars of operating expenses during the past year. On average, the UP gets one tornado a year, but in 2016, there was 6.
And 1 year is not a trend, but there is concern that that could become more common, where because we know that what the fossil fuels that were in the ground have been burned and are now in our atmosphere, there is more energy available to have these bigger storms, even here as far north as the Upper Peninsula. And the impact of that is that we see our roads, our utility poles, they weren't built for these bigger storms.
One local group is thinking of ways to prepare for these upcoming changes. The Marquette County Adaptation Task Force is made up of local elected officials, educators, and people from the environmental community. The task force is action-oriented and educational, with aims to help local communities think proactively on conditions brought up by climate change. The CATF does not discuss the basic underlying causes of climate change or bipartisan beliefs. The group's core values lie locally, with an understanding that extreme weather events are occurring and will have an impact on the UP.
The idea is that we need to do something in anticipation of many of the things that we see happening around us. We are committed to the idea of providing people with information about climate change and also how it impacts a local area. We want to help people find solutions to problems and also find funding for community programs that might be able to address these issues.
The CATF, in cooperation with Superior Watershed Partnership, has helped the Community commission multiple adaptation plans. The task force also has a subgroup that has so far reached around 300 members in the Northern Climate Network, consisting of local students and faculty members.
If anything, the recent political changes underscore the need for local people to come together to try and figure out how to deal with local problems.
Things like sea level rise and more drought will make other places harder to live. We're a place that's actually going to do relatively well, though again, we need to be prepared.
The organization is working to implement education to K-12 students. In Marquette, I'm Lauren Lee reporting for ABC 10 and the CW5.